Hey, what's happening, Internet? Welcome back to Batman Arkham Asylum full walkthrough. This is episode 2 medical? I don't know. I've been covering this game off and on for 10 years, and honestly, I'm just not able to come up with titles anymore. I'm completely just brain dead with that. Also, before I forget, we are doing a giveaway for this game. Just hit up our first episode, find out like how to do that from the description, and we'll be giving away a copy of this game with all 3 games around December 18th live. So don't forget that. But also, I feel really good to say that Amber made the thumbnails for this series. So she made the new template because, again, my creativity for this game, this franchise, is just completely run dry. And what I love about her new thumbnail is I think it incorporates like that whole Nintendo Switch kind of like energy to it. It's got a mixture of like blue and reds, and where my thumbnails for Batman are always very dark. So her thumbnails, it's got like, it looks like Nintendo advertising for kind of like a mature or a, you know, very dark teen rated game. But it's not full on Kwing thumbnail, so it's a nice little mixture. Because when I make Batman thumbnails, it's very dark. You know? So this is nice. It's different for me. It's all different. Yeah. Anyway, yeah. If you guys are able to come up with a title, just know that I don't have a lot of space because YouTube doesn't really allow for very very big titles anymore. I only get 100 characters. So I thought about writing like paging the crime doctor or whatever. I think I literally just wrote medical.
I opened them a lot of cookies and had to. You want me to bring them over here?
I can't have the cookies right now, but thank you.
I have to use.
Yeah, of course, no problem. I also might have a Cocoa Puff stuck in my throat, which is...
I would name it Hello Nurse.
Hello, Nurse. Harley's not in this episode, though.
Oh.
Which, I mean, when we went ahead and we made the... Or Amber made the template, and I got to choose the characters to put on it, like color forms. I don't necessarily know what character's going to show up. I may end up changing thumbnails later, but...
Search every room, every office, and every trash can.
kind of creatively burn out by this game.
Then you won't. I'll just flood the rooms with happy gas and leave you to die. Hell, I may do that anyway. Sounds fun.
What I want to know is there like a Guinness World Record for how many times a content creator has posted Arkham content? Like, I think at this point it's just me and AV that have like the most Arkham content on the internet. And usually he only plays through the game like maybe once or twice. I've done it way more than that at this point. That'd be cool. If I get like a thing for covering this game like every year or something like that. I make it to the Guinness World Records or something like that. That'd be interesting. The only YouTuber continues to play Arkham over and over again. And over and over and over and over and over. I mean, at least the games are good, but it's like, literally, it's all I do. But it's not my fault, you know? I was under the impression that Warner Brothers actually was going to commit and make their own Assassin's Creed franchise, and I'd be set for life. But no. 4 games. We don't talk about the 5th mediocre game, Blackgate. But 4 games, and then that's it. And then I've had to make that work for 12, 13 years. Because I always come back to this game. Or not this game, just Arkham games in general. I circle back.
The big green glowing question mark?
And I'm not just talking about like doing reunion things like, oh, it's its 10 year, it's its 15 year, it's its 5-year anniversary. I'm talking about like just randomly ended up doing full live streams and all kinds of stuff.
Get down there with the others. Move it.
Okay.
Over and over again.
Why does he need the doctors?
I'm gonna find out if there's a Guinness record and I'm gonna crush it. I'll just purposely play this game like several times next year just so I get something. I don't know. Hi, Sweet Pea. I got poked. So Amber surprised me with non-cereal food.
Your voice sounds really good on the video.
It just goes with Arkham. I don't know. It just does.
It does.
It works for Arkham. You guys don't mind if I rush through this, do you? Because I'm not really good at the whole stealth thing anymore. I just kind of run in, guns a-blazing, fists a-blazing. Oh crap. I messed up. And the game didn't punish me.
Alright, thank you for the super chat.
Oh, I can't jump off there. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. And I need to get the Croc Easter egg that's here. I need to do that before I forget. I really want to break through this and just like beat this guy up. Like just like crash through the glass. It'd be fun. Drop down. Oh, is this is the explodey stuff, isn't it? Yeah, okay, so this is not, I can't break this. I have to blow him up.
Alright, thank you for the super chat, Brad.
Thank you, Brad.
I can't really discuss it again, but, you know, I can't really do things that are over teen rated. This channel is only either teen.
Why did that not kill him?
So I can't really discuss topics that are over that. In fact, YouTube might even take away monetization if I discuss certain topics, so I won't continue to talk about what your last super chat was, but thank you for the super chat. Appreciate that.
Okay. So apparently we can't kill that guy like that, so that's kind of upsetting. I thought we could blow him up. But it looks like he's not gonna die if I do that. Which is kind of upsetting. Oh well. I mean, not die, obviously. I mean, Batman just hurts people really, really bad.
Yeah.
Don't necessarily die.
I loved my little...
Yep. Can blow this guy up too. Go for two. I mean, what is this? Whoops. Come on, walk over here, guy. Well, I guess that worked.
Man down! Man down!
Oh, it did work over there. It just didn't say it was gonna kill them. Alright, so where's the red guy at? Oh, there he is.
Is anyone gonna help me? Hello? I need help here!
Help is on the way. Alright, now I'm gonna go get my Croc Easter egg.
It's not safe.
Hello? Is there a doctor in the house? No?
Doctor in the house would be nice, but I don't have the room for it.
You're safe now.
1 second, people. I have to do a Croc Easter egg. Da 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 da.
The doctor is in.
The doc.
Sure we'll see you now.
No, I have very limited space. Hmm.
Dr. Batman.
Hello, Doctor.
Yeah.
Paging Dr. Batman.
Alright, thank you for the super highlighted message. Corey
Hi, Corey.
says, hey, Kwings, been a member for 3 months. Tell me, what are your favorite Power Rangers?
Gold Ranger Zeo. Let's see. Who else do I like? Ooh, I like Doggy from Power Rangers SPD, and I like a lot of Rangers. I don't think I could do all like 3. I guess it'd be like Tommy and Dino Thunder, maybe, or either that or Ethan and Dino Thunder. I like the Dino Thunder cast. I can do teams. I like teams, but I don't know if I can do other than like my all-time favorite Ranger is Jason. I mean, pretty obvious that Jason's my favorite, but Jason is the Gold Ranger. Because he acted completely different than he did when he was the Red Ranger, so I really related to him as a Gold Ranger.
And thank you for the super chat, Luke J. Bryan. Luke Brian says, I've got a new pair of Doc Marten boots.
Cool.
I've been wearing them to school all day. First day wearing them. Awesome, Luke J. Bryan. That's fantastic. I hope you enjoy your new boots. That's great.
I don't know what those boots are. It sounds nice.
I think they're like, let me look up a picture of it.
Is it just me, or is this version a little bit brighter now? Or was it always this bright? I mean, it's not like Return to Arkham bright, but it does feel a little bright.
Yeah, I usually get Luke anything that's like somewhat somewhat comfortable for his feet, so he doesn't. Oh, yeah, he's never. I don't know if Doc Martens are comfortable, but
I don't know what happened. One minute we were doing our evening rounds, and the next, armed thugs burst into the room and took us hostage.
Did they have anyone with them?
They took someone into the elevator. I couldn't tell who it was.
They obviously didn't want to be followed. The elevator appears to have been powered down. You're going to be okay here.
We'll be fine.
What about the others? We heard gunfire. They could be dead. We should go and help.
Oh no, I forgot. Dr. Kellerman was in the patient observation room, and Dr. Chen went to surgery.
And Dr. Young went to Xray.
Okay, stay here. I'll find the other doctors.
Batman saved us. I never really believed he existed.
Oh,
You
cool.
okay? We're safe. Batman saved us.
Yeah, I can't come up with a good title for this. I'll leave that for you guys.
they're like almost like combat boots.
They're almost like military boots, but not really. Okay.
That's cool. I hope you enjoy those. That sounds awesome, Luke.
Oh, these are orderlies. I see.
Okay, so we had a lot of ideas.
I have a lot of ideas that might be able to fit in that title.
Okay, so OH was saying medical madness, and then paging Dr. Young was what our serial was saying.
Brad, thank you for the super chat. Do we think that Arkham Knight will be enjoyable on the Switch? We won't be able to show you guys Arkham Knight on the Switch until tomorrow. We tried to download it between streams. It said 5 hours. So, we have Arkham Asylum, or Arkham City fine, but we still can't download this. Like, I'm gonna have to download this at like 2 in the morning. Because it's too big. Too big. All our other streams won't be, you know. So, early in the morning on the O1 channel, I will have a gameplay video of the skin of Battinson. Like, it'd be like a 10-minute video with me running around in the Battinson skin, so people can see it. And then, maybe people will get to see how the game runs. I'm curious how the game's going to run myself. I'm sure Arkham Asylum and Arkham City are going to be fine. I think Arkham Knight would be the one trouble spot, but maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they found a way of actually downgrading it and making it run smooth, because so far Arkham Asylum, I haven't really noticed too many problems, like, compared to the old PS3 version, which sometimes had some slowdown issues, but not really. That's kind of where I am with this version. It's like a little bit of slowdown, but not a lot. And I'm hoping that's going to be the same for Arkham City, because Arkham City is my favorite. It is the pinnacle of the series for me. Even though Arkham Knight, did a bunch of cool stuff, Arkham City was like the Batman Returns type thing. Ow.
Yeah.
Alright, we found a thingy.
Patient interview 21. The patient's name is Edward Nigma, also known as the Riddler. So, Edward, Warden Sharp tells me you've been leaving threatening riddles scrawled on the asylum walls. Again.
One would have to be severely paranoid to read threats into harmless riddles, Dr. Young. May I test you with one?
Very well.
What is it that walks on 4 legs, then 2 legs, and finally 3 legs?
A human being. As a baby, it crawls on 4 legs. As an adult, it walks on 2. And in later years, it uses a cane.
Good try. But the answer to all 3 is a baby. True, it crawls on all 4s, but cut off its legs and it can only wiggle on 2 limbs. Give it a crutch, it can hobble around on 3. You see?
That's horrible. How can you even joke about that?
Easily, Doctor. It's not my baby.
Yeah, actually, I don't know how we can see. Somebody says Can you show the gigabytes for the games? I don't know if it'll show it. Where is it supposed to say? Manage software, maybe? I guess we can go to manage software. Transfer. I don't want to archive, no.
Yeah, be careful. It'll take a while.
Update, software information.
You have to click manage software.
If I click manage software, I might archive it.
I wouldn't click.
Yeah, I'm scared. No.
Yeah, I don't. Maybe at some point we'll try to show that.
No. I don't want to accidentally, because I know it took at least an hour and 40 minutes to install Arkham City. I know that because I slept for exactly an hour and 40 minutes. So, you know, that's what it said when I started the upload or download or whatever it's called. I don't know how big it is. I'm gonna guess Arkham City's probably 10 gig, maybe. Arkham Asylum is 6 gig. Arkham is probably 10 gig, and then probably Arkham Knight is 30 gig. Way more than Tears of the Kingdom and Breath of the Wild. Guarantee it. Whoops.
Oh. Awesome. Great to see you guys in the chat. Hope you guys are all doing well. Samuel says my Arkham City is my favorite as well, Luke. I used to rewatch your walkthroughs of Arkham City. That's awesome, Samuel. Great to see you, Samuel McCoy Johnson. Hope you're having a great day.
Out of all the Arkham games, the one that I've covered the most, from live streams and uploads and playthroughs and everything else, is Arkham City. Arkham City, I've covered the game at least. I've probably done 7 playthroughs in the time that the game has been around. I've done a full playthrough on PS3. I've done a full playthrough on Wii U. I've done a full playthrough live of the game. I did a full playthrough of the game live again. I did the Return to Arkham collection twice. And now I'll be playing through it again. And I also did, I did I did an anniversary stream of the Wii U version as well. So I did the 10-year anniversary on the PS3, and then I did a 10-year anniversary on the Wii U. Yeah. Wait, I just ran around in circles. Sorry, when I get talky, I kind of...
That's okay.
I messed up.
Somebody was saying the plaque on the wall, what John Doe was saying.
Oh, the plaque! Right! That's
Okay.
the riddle. Yeah.
Thanks, John Doe. Appreciate that. And whoever else was saying that.
I forgot where the plaque is now.
I know. Great ideas for the
title?
Titles, guys and gals.
Well, I mean, if it's a long title, I can put it in the description. There we go. Riddle solved.
So the great detective has solved a mere 10% of my challenges. Are you ready to give up yet?
No. I am ready to not get lost, though, which I probably will.
Yeah, no, people saying hi to me aren't obsessed with me, whoever's saying that in the chat. I'm the co-host of the channel, so we both run this channel together. It makes sense people would say hi to me, since I'm actually commentating. So no one's obsessed with me, they're just being polite and saying hello.
Oh, okay. So I'm in the wrong place. I was in the right place to get the riddle, but I'm in the wrong place to go where I need to go. So I need to go through the other door. And the other door is... I'll get my bearings eventually. I tend to get lost. Even in Arkham games I can get lost. I need to go through the other door. So this door was correct. This was a good door to go through, but it's not the right door. A question can only be answered from a... Oh, I hate those. From a certain perspective. Was it over here? Was the next door? This way. No, that's the elevator. That's later. So the next door is down below.
Great to see you guys in the chat. Hi, everyone. Hope you guys are doing well.
Here we go. Okay.
Hi, Dusted. 87. Good to see you, Josh and OH. Hi, Sammy Bear. Hi, John.
To the sterling work of our new head of research, Dr. Penelope Young. Since joining our team 2 years ago, Arkham is now at the forefront of research into understanding the human mind.
Good afternoon,
Arkham. Let's talk
Alright.
How can such a complex entity be understood and eventually treated when it breaks? How indeed. Project Titan's goal is to create a test bed to fully probe our special cases in a safe, risk-free manner. Our goal is to cure the more unfortunate specimens, the weak, those not physically up to the challenge that our medical practices present. Project Titan will make us a world-class facility, an award-winning facility.
When you or someone you know is seriously distressed, there are few institutions where they can be taken, and where you can be reassured that they are safe and undergoing the finest care available.
I'll bet.
An extensive breakdown of our costs and healthcare packages
Arkham
can be found
menu.
at the front desk, or at www.arkhamcare.
That was a real website, actually.
Wow.
Yeah, that was a real promotional website. Not anymore.
Arkham Care.
Arkham Care and you. When you care to give the very best.
Sounds like a state hospital.
It is a state hospital. Well, it's a state.
It's like a city hospital.
A state clinic. Not like. Oh, whatever. Just beat these guys up. Hi, guys.
It's a scary thing. But they used to have
Happy Home.
They used to have asylums used to be a lot worse. Well, they're still pretty bad. Asylums are pretty bad. But there are several asylums today that people believe are haunted because people did really messed up experiences.
So this has the PS3 glitch where sometimes guys go like flying through the wall.
Oh wow!
Yeah, that didn't happen on Return to Arkham. People would bounce off the walls.
Oh, interesting.
And the PS3 version of Arkham Asylum is my favorite because you had the Joker DLC. The Joker DLC is in this.
Stop your whining and listen good. If anyone goes near you without Joker's express
Which I might actually do some Joker challenge maps tonight, like for the 11 o'clock stream.
Yeah.
That way you can sleep.
Yeah. And you've got plenty of food to keep you going.
Mm.
And Milano cookies.
Aware that this job, as you call it, requires friends. What I want to know is why you chose me. Did Joker specify me? Why don't you let me talk to him? I'm sure we can settle this.
Lady, if I have to tell you once more, I am going to hurt you. You understand? Shut the hell up. If the boss wants to talk to you, he'll talk to you. Till then, keep that trap of yours zipped.
Yeah, I hope to never end up in an asylum either, Samuel. I agree.
Please, you can let me go. I won't be any trouble.
If you don't shut the hell up, I may just do the boss a favor and blow your head off.
Alright, so, say adios to these guys.
It doesn't need to be like this.
Listen, we've got an army tearing this place apart. Joker wants you here.
Let's have a blast. Oops. I was trying to help her, but I might have killed her. Oh no, she's fine. Before we talk to her, new upgrade!
Oh, you heard that it's based off of a asylum in West Virginia, Wally? Oh, because I always thought it was based off of an asylum in Massachusetts. But I guess there are several asylums that were kind of infamous.
Yeah, I always thought it was a creepy asylum in the Boston area as well.
There is a very scary asylum in Massachusetts that's similar to this, but I guess there's one in West Virginia.
I am not doing the throw.
As
I
well.
don't like it.
Interesting, Wally. Hi, Carlos Fierro.
Hey, Carlos.
Hi, Kwings on Nintendo's website says files are 6.8 gigabytes for city, 11.9 for night. Sorry.
For city.
Asylum 6.8.
11 for
Arkham
city.
Arkham for 11.9 is for city, and then 27.3 is for night. And I think someone else was trying to tell me that. I just was listening to the cutscenes, and I was just...
Alright.
So sorry about that. Thank you, Carlos. And we got a super chat from Brad. It says, I recently read Kevin Conroy's Finding Batman, R.I.P. Kevin. Yeah, I mean, the role meant a lot to Kevin Conroy, and of course he meant a lot to us. Thank you.
Yep, he was our Batman.
Thank
Alright,
you, Brad.
let's talk to Dr. Penny.
What's going
Stuff.
on? They were talking like they were in control. Is it true the Joker escaped?
Unfortunately, yes. But not for long.
I'd been studying Joker's case for months when he broke out. The warden was very specific he wanted Joker cured.
Bad publicity will affect his campaign for mayor.
That'll be the least of it. God, I almost forgot. They said they were moving through the facility, hunting down the other doctors.
Don't worry, Doctor. I rescued you first, and now I'll search the other rooms. You wait here. It's dangerous out there.
This is how Batman acts when he thinks you're innocent.
There are still more medical staff that need my help.
But we all know that the Bruja is not the not the best kind of doctor. And Batman treats her differently later when he runs into her again, which
interesting.
is true to his character.
That's how I act with people too. Like, as long as I don't know for a fact they've done anything wrong, like I don't have anything proof. Like I treat people innocent until proven guilty. Even if there's rumors about someone that's bad, I don't mistreat them, or I don't treat them differently until it's absolutely proven to me that yeah, they did something terrible, and then I realize, okay, I can't treat this person the same. Like, I won't be mean to them, but I won't be overly kind to them anymore because, you know, especially if I find out they were horrible.
Overtly kind. Okay, so we did that. Now we need to go over in these areas and rescue the other two doctors. So, I guess it really doesn't matter which way I go. But this is a upper corridor, I guess, or lower corridor. I don't know where I am.
About whether psychosis is in
I
itself
don't know how to do this at the appropriate
and
time.
whether potentially damaging changes to the brain are
Helping
related to
doctors. How's that?
psychotic
27 minutes.
episodes.
Help
Project Titan
doctors.
allows us to strengthen
There.
the individual's
Covered my
ability to
bases.
cope with such changes.
Okay, here we go.
Early results
So what is the title that people have, like, that they thought about that might fit?
I know OH said Medical Madness, and John Doe thought that would be a good
Ooh, that might fit.
That was a great title idea, OH.
Let's see if it fits.
And whoever else was coming up with that.
Well done!
All medical
Good job,
specialties
OH.
and offer a wide
Actually
range
fits.
of medical, surgical, diagnostic, and wellness programs. High quality of care coupled
Okay.
with Arkham Asylum's convenient
It's a very
location
Batman title. Good
ensure
job.
We are voted the #1 facility in
Alright, so somebody's gonna pop out of there.
Times have changed at
I
this
hate
establishment,
surprises.
and through our pioneering techniques, we
Batarang.
believe that
Batarang.
and
Batarang.
welcome to Arkham Asylum.
Experience.
When Amadeus Arkham
Everything's happening the way it is.
Few would have believed
Oh,
it would be
my
the
goodness.
premier psychiatric
Yeah.
evaluation and rehabilitation
and-
center it has become.
Hmm?
Everyone knows the stories of the various
We
so-called
just-
super criminals who've
Tom,
been treated here.
Kilowatt,
But that is only
just
half the
renewed
story.
his membership over
Our
on
low
Twitch.
security
Thank you
wings
very
help
much.
Support us.
normal
Thank
but
you.
troubled
Thank you,
individuals
Tom. Really
a safe
appreciate
haven
for renewing.
recovery.
Thank you so much.
An extensive
Okay,
breakdown
so
of
I
our
guess we can
costs
go
and
through
healthcare
that.
packages.
Yeah, we'll go through there. I think that's important up there. I don't remember
Found
though.
at the front desk.
I hope you're having a
Or
great
at
day, Tom. Good to see you and everyone.
This is kind of muscle memory for me still. I'm not getting this 100%. Like, some people are asking, are you going to do this 100%? I will probably do City 100%. I will do as much as I can remember of Arkham Asylum.
Yeah, that's actually exactly what I was going to ask. And then, yeah, some people are coming in saying, you guys were my childhood a long time ago.
We're still here.
And we
Make sure you resubscribe.
We appreciate you watching us when you were younger, and yeah, we're always streaming every day. So, you know, we're not really seen in the search engine well, so you can always come back and see what we're streaming every day. Sign up for our newsletter, which is free, or you can always become a member. That makes it easier to see the videos. So yeah, just stop back anytime. We're always here.
Thug speech.
Don't you know nothing? Cash had a disagreement with Killer Croc a while back.
Our intern
Croc got
package
free and
ensures
chowed
you
down
get
on
the
Cash's
best
hand.
start in your new career.
Yeah, so if you see a giant monster running at you, just shoot it, or you'll be next on the menu.
Slowly to their accommodation.
Our findings have led to debates about whether
That's it?
psychosis is in
That was a
itself
short little thing.
and
Alright,
whether
whatever.
potentially damaging changes to
It's
the
the
brain
bat!
are related to the legs.
Hi, guys.
Project Titan allows us
Yeah,
to
we're evil witch system.
Isn't she called the Brouhaha or something like that?
only after the
She is
arrival of
evil.
patient X that
Well, yeah, but I mean, she has like a
I don't know.
Spanish. I thought it was Bruja.
Oh.
I don't know.
Look it up.
Vaguely remember. Cash!
Boss, it's done. The room is full of gas and Captain Hook is stuck in there. Thing is, Razor didn't get out in time. He's stuck in there too.
Well, that'll teach him to dilly-dally. Don't let anyone out of there. Even Razor. He's failed me, and I don't like failures.
Yeah, sure, boss. He was slowing us down anyway.
Don't cry, Cash. You're right where we want you.
I'm gonna get out of here, and you're gonna wish you were back in your cell.
Ha ha! Whatever, chump. Yeah, you're not getting out of there, Hook Man. He's here!
I love Cash. He's like, you're in for it now. Okay, so there's really no, like, super combos. That's in Arkham City.
Cash, what happened?
There was an alarm in medical.
Yeah.
I heard someone shouting and found the doc lying on the floor. When I went to help him, the room was flooded with gas. These doors locked down. We can't get out. Don't know how long we can last.
How brave. Let's give Mr. Cash a great big hand. He could use one.
Wow.
You'll be laughing out of your butt when I get out of here.
Lighten up, Holmes. I'm just messing with you.
Can't wait to return the favor.
Leave it, Cash. Can you control the ventilation system in there?
Try it. It's a no-go. He disabled remote access.
I'll find a way.
Alright, so now comes the part where we need to go into the next room.
Luke Bryan says yes, her name is Bruja, which is Spanish for witch.
Aha!
Interesting.
I remembered that. Yay me.
Yeah, that's a really interesting question, Sammy. I'm sorry, Samuel. Got two Samuel. Actually, no, a Samson and a Samuel in the chat. Different Sammys. So Samuel says, Luke, isn't the Arkham Batman and the animated series Batman the same character?
No.
Oh, interesting.
Nope.
I thought maybe it was. So he has a lot of the same personality traits.
Not the same. He's a multiverse Batman. Paul Dini and Bruce Timm have, or Paul Dini has said in terms of the Arkham Batman that it is his version of, like, if the animated series Batman was a more mature character. But it's not the same. Just like, technically, the Nightwing and Harley Quinn movie that people don't really like is considered like a alternate reality to Batman the Animated Series. It's not... It's based on Batman the Animated Series, but it doesn't take place in that universe because there's some differences and, again, it's more adult.
Oh, thank you. Wow, Luke.
He's taking a nap in the poison gas.
Wow, Luke.
He slipped.
I can't let that man die. I have to clear the room of toxin as quickly as possible.
See, if you do that, it's a little Easter egg. If you knock the guy down, then Batman's like, I should probably help him out.
Oh my gosh, so he can't kill him, so he has to get rid of the toxin. I love this channel, Kwings. Thank you, Geos, for so sweet. We love having you here. Oh, we had a super chat from Corey Trotter.
Thank you, Corey.
Says, can you do a combination voice of Jason Scott and Batman together?
No.
Wait, Jason Scott? You mean Red Ranger Power Ranger?
Talking about the Red Ranger! Tyrannosaurus!
So
No,
Jason
because...
Scott as Batman?
It wouldn't work. They're two different vocal tones. Bale is like this.
Jason's like this! It's different, it's in the diaphragm! Oh yeah! It's exaggerated, but it basically sounds like him.
What if you had Batman say phrases that the Red Ranger would say?
No, because it would still come out like Bale.
You're going down, clown. It's morphin' time.
Yeah, see, it doesn't work. It doesn't work. Because in my mind I hear it one way, and that's how it is. It's like, you know.
Samuel McCoy says, Luke. Thanks, Luke. One thing never changes. You always have the Batman answers, says Samuel.
To some extent. I mean, I haven't really stayed active with the comic books because comic books got weird, but when it comes to the classics and, you know, things that I actually find interesting, I'm still... I guess I'm still on par, but when it comes to the new stuff, I just, you know... I can't tell you anything about the Batman and Catwoman war that happened, other than it was pretty bad. Like, it was totally out of character from Batman, from what friends of mine who told me, who actually read the whole thing. I scanned through one issue when Amber and I were out once, and it looks stupid. It's kind of heartbreaking to be a Batman fan in comic books, but at least, like, in alternate media, he's good. Like, I'm really hoping that the Cape Crusader show that Amazon is doing is going to be good and it won't be terrible.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's an interesting comment, Garrett. I don't know if it's a spoiler for the story of Arkham Asylum. I don't know if we're allowed to say it, but...
He's doing it, Doc. We'll be out of here soon. Stay cool.
Yeah, that's interesting, because Garrett was saying she's a weird, interesting character because she's kind of messed up because she has no problem doing those crazy experiments on inmates, but then when she finds out that the Joker was funding it, then she's scared and wants to stop. So it's, like, very strange. Like, she was fine with doing it when she didn't know who was sponsoring it. That's very...
We got full power. Room should be empty anytime now.
Alright, there we go.
Surprise! Batman arrives just in the nick of time. Next time, Cash, I'll just shoot you.
Yeah.
Alright, so I'm going to see if I missed any Joker teeth, because I am trying to level up quickly. That was great. I don't know who asked about the great jokes, but I'm trying.
I know they wanted you to kick the grates around and be like, I'm being stealthy.
That only works when I'm, like, in a tense area, though. Like, I mean, literally Cash and everybody is standing right here, and I'm not sneaking up behind anybody.
I enjoy the great jokes, though.
They're great jokes. They're great. Yeah.
Yeah. Did that thug die by laughter?
No, it's not laughing gas, it's poison.
That one could have been solved by a monkey. But good job, nevertheless.
What's your favorite boss in this game?
What's my favorite boss in Arkham Asylum?
Yes. Actually, they were asking both of us what our favorite bosses, but I don't remember all the bosses.
I think my favorite boss fight is Poison Ivy, because it's a throwback to the Super Nintendo Batman game where you fight Poison Ivy and her giant plant. It's like Rocksteady's version of that, like, classic video game boss fight. I don't like the Joker final boss fight in this game. That was one of my other big criticisms of this game back in the day. I didn't like the way the enemies looked and some of the glitches, and I could not stand the, we'll say, monstrous final boss. Did not like it.
I don't know why, but I kind of liked the boss with those two twins that were big guys, and you had to keep fighting them, and they were throwing people at you, and you were in that room. I don't know why I liked the boss. It was just very challenging, and I kept having to do it so many times. When I finally was done with it, then I felt really good about myself because I actually beat it.
Taped interview 39. Patient's name is Edward Nigma. At this point in time, I've yet to decide if Mr. Nigma is a suitable candidate for the Titan process. I'd like to talk about your childhood.
Miserable. Next.
By all accounts, that is where your fascination with riddles began. I believe discussing those years could explain your compulsive behavior.
Very well. My father hated me. Always called me a moron.
I see.
I was determined to prove him wrong, so I entered a contest at school. A $20 prize to the kid who could figure out an almost impossible logic problem. I won, of course.
And that pleased your father?
Hardly. He was convinced I had cheated. He kept yelling, "You must have cheated! Admit it, you moron! You cheated!" I swore I didn't, and he hit me for lying.
I'm sorry to hear that, Edward.
Don't be. He was right.
What?
Yeah, Riddler cheats.
He did cheat on, so he didn't finish the puzzle?
He did. He finished the puzzle. He cheated.
But his dad still shouldn't have hit him for that.
No, of course not. His dad was a jerk face.
But his dad used to call him a moron and all the insults that he calls you during the games where he's yelling at you and saying, "You're just a moron. You could never figure anything out." That's probably how his dad used to talk to him. When
That's how Paul Dini wrote the character in this game, yes.
Oh, that just gave me a shiver. Oh, wow.
This is why I'm telling you, like, when Paul Dini did interviews for this game, like, back in the day, he was incorporating a new lore for the animated series Batman. That's what he wanted to do, but he wanted to, because he said, the people who grew up with animated series, like me, you know, the people of that age demographic, they had grown up, so they wanted more darker, mature stories. So he basically did a facelift of all Batman's villains, added more psychological aspects to their profile than he could, you know, on television. The Riddler in the cartoon show, he was, you know, a employee that was fired, and, you know, he had other stuff happen that way. Like, he was... basically, you know, a employee that became bad.
Yes, yes. Well, I always get him...
He didn't like his boss because his boss, like, was basically stealing his genius.
Yes, he took his ideas.
So he was an egotistical maniac.
And in this one...
In this one, you know, he became the Riddler based on, you know, abuse from his family, as well as, like, being told... So he has a superiority complex in this one, and a huge superego because people, you find out in his origin tapes, they called him stupid and moron, and they did all this other stuff to try to, you know, bully him down.
Yeah.
So he uses his superior intellect as a villain in this one. But it's more tragic.
Yeah. He became...
When Amadeus Arkham built this fine...
And that's already repeated, you're fine.
Oh, so he became smart so nobody could bully him, but then because he got so smart, he ended up bullying everybody else.
Oh, I mean, he was on the path for villainy. But we don't... I don't know how he was planning on becoming the Riddler because, you know, they changed it in Arkham Origins. They made him like a police informant who turned bad. That was an Arkham Origins thing. I don't know what Dini's version of the Riddler was going to be because he was just the Riddler. The this game was supposed to be a celebration game.
Yeah.
This was a game that was based on the animated series, the love of that, and the kids that grew up with it.
Yeah.
The comic books hitting a huge milestone. And, you know, that's why they incorporate things from the comic books and things from the animated series, is because this was a tribute game. This was supposed to be the pinnacle Batman game that would encompass just about everything Batman media-wise you could think about. And then they didn't plan on making a sequel, so when the game did so well and they worked on a sequel, now they needed to make like a bigger, more, you know, cohesive storyline. And Dini did the best he could. He even tried to write some tie-in comics and did some other stuff. And then when Arkham Knight and Arkham Origins came out, they completely kind of messed up a lot of these like earlier meetings that Dini actually writes. If you read the bios for all the supervillains, he wrote that stuff. Like, Dini actually wrote all the bios.
Well, that, I mean, that was actually kind of like, I don't know. That was kind of, I don't know if I'm allowed to say, but that was kind of interesting. He's very, like, yeah, I agree. Sammy said he did a stupendous job, Paul Dini. Well, I was just thinking, because sometimes when I've been out with my friends or something, and then I'm like, oh, I have to make sure I do this, this, and this, and I have to do it perfectly. And they're like, why? It's like, oh, because I was told I didn't do this perfectly growing up, and I have to do it. And then they're just kind of like, okay, but you're an adult now. So it is kind of interesting that that does happen.
Don't
like,
speak.
You know what I mean?
You're safe now.
But it's a trap.
I know. Just not for me.
It's not for...
It's true. You really are the world's greatest detective. How did you do that, Bats? Oh, what the hell? Get down there, boys. See if he can detect being punched in the face.
I almost feel bad for the Riddler now, because he was always told he was an idiot. No wonder he became so smart, because he had to make sure no one made fun of him.
Yeah. So my favorite version of the Batman mythos is anything Paul Dini writes. So it would be the animated series and Arkham. Because Arkham was kind of like the very first game. You can go through, and I challenge you to read all the bios for the characters, because there's a lot of similar like beats to that of like the 90s like Chuck Dixon comics. the Neil Adams, Danny O'Neill stuff,
Don't get too full of yourself.
and the animated series.
I'm just softening you up. Think of this as a preview to the main event. You'll see.
But how some of these supervillains got their origins, it's different than, you know,
Yeah,
how
it's
we saw
slightly
that in the
different.
animated series. So it's not, it can't be the same universe.
Yeah, that origin is different because it was his boss that really caused him to be the Riddler in the animated series, and it's his childhood that caused him to be it in this. Of course, maybe
Easy, isn't it? Well, we'll see. We'll see.
Alright, freeing the last Doctor. Here we go. So yeah, the Arkham stuff is my favorite Batman medium, if people are wondering.
I tried to tell you. I couldn't speak.
Relax, you're safe now. I can handle these low-life thugs.
But some of these things, like when Batman references, because as far as we know, there was going to be a game where Batman had a Nightfall where he had his back broken, because it's referenced in this game as well as in the bios. But if you go to Arkham City and you do other stuff like Arkham Origins, Arkham Knight, they don't make mention to Batman having his back broken, but literally Kevin makes a verbal comment in this game.
Interesting.
When he tells Bane, "This time I'll break you," and he hits him with the Batmobile.
Oh, wow.
So he's actually referencing the famous Nightfall storyline, which never happened in the Arkham universe as far as we know. In this game it
So
did.
there's references.
There's references to all kinds of stuff that never happened in this universe.
Especially in this first game.
In the first game.
It ties a lot of different things together.
Right, because it was a tribute game. It was like, hey, we're going to take all those things that you love about Batman, and I think it was either Batman's 70th anniversary or 75th anniversary, or something. It might have been even this, I think it was the 70th anniversary when this game was released. I know it was like a really big Batman anniversary year that this game came out. So they were trying to do like this major tribute to everything Batman. There's even Adam West jokes in this. And especially the shark joke in Arkham City is an Adam West joke. He just doesn't use his... If Kevin would have said something like, "I forgot my bat shark repellent," that would have been funny, but... You know, his Batman doesn't joke very much. He's a very straight comedy character. Like, funny things happen to Arkham Batman, but... And the audience isn't on the joke, but Kevin hardly makes a wisecrack or anything. He's a very, you know, somber character.
Oh, interesting. Sammy says, it said on the Arkham Wiki that Edward Nashton, who changed his name to Edward Nigma, was the head of the GCPD Cyber Crime Division.
Right. That's in Origins, though.
Oh, in Origins. Oh, because they changed some things in Origins.
We don't know what Paul Dini was going to do for Riddler's origin.
Yeah, because...
Like, in this one, let's see, do they have...
It is interesting that Garrett and John Doe were talking about that the one thing that people had a problem with, well, many things, but with Origins, they didn't really take into account some of these origin stories that were talked about in Arkham Asylum. They didn't take that into account in Arkham Origins.
But do you see right there where it's talking about psychological profiles? Like, Paul Dini was obsessed, even during the animated series days, to make sure that a lot of the villains that Batman dealt with had, like, other layers to them. They weren't just bad. Like, there were reasons why they did stuff. So, you know, in this version, he makes Riddler a obsessive-compulsive disorder person. Like, someone who has, like, a huge, like, ego, and, you know, he's... all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, obsessed about being perfect at everything because
Right.
he's obsessed about being smart, and he always has to be right about everything.
See
that's
how
why
it just
he's making fun
it
of
just
everyone.
shows his first appearance, like down there, like his comic book. But if you
Yeah.
notice here, they don't really tell you how he gets his origin. It doesn't say anything about like him working with the police or anything. That was Arkham Origins.
It just gives like a hint of it.
It just gives a small hint at stuff. But in Arkham City, also, the bios, the profiles that you read in Arkham City, are completely different than the ones in Arkham Asylum. Including how Harley and Joker met is different in Arkham City bios than it is in Arkham Asylum. If you didn't know that.
Did you find them? Are they okay?
Yes, they're safe now.
Batman, we've got another problem.
I need to get back to the mansion. All my research notes are there. We can't risk Joker getting his hands on them.
It's not safe, Doctor. The island's a war zone. You won't stand a chance.
It's my life's work. You really don't have the authority to...
I'll get her there, Batman. You ask me, it's about time for a little payback.
I don't like it, but... Who called the elevator?
Wasn't us. It's coming from the lower floor.
Cash, take Dr. Young. Get her notes and then find somewhere safe to hold up. Everyone else, go to the observation room. Barricade yourselves in.
The boss says he's in here somewhere. Spread out.
This is scary.
It'll be fine.
If I worked here, I would go home for the day and I would just call the police. Because, like, I don't feel like if you're a doctor, you should stay here where there's a bunch of inmates all over the place. It's scary.
Man, I hate the stinker.
So I think you kind of answered the question already, but Jay was wondering, do you... Oh, he was asking what's your favorite version of Batman in the media, comics, etc. So this is even more than the animated series. You like this origin of Batman? Or,
I mean, I love animated series Batman, but I grew up. So, like, the world became a much darker place after 9/11. Like, I love the animated series, and I will always have, like, a real respect for it and love rewatching it. But I really like what they did with the heroes and the villains in this universe, because this reflects a post 9/11 world. Like, it just does.
Where everything is just collapsed.
Everything is dark and depressing, and, you know, things are a lot harder than they appear to be. Whereas the animated series was written at a time where people joke about, like, what utopia living was like. I mean, the 90s was like, the sky was the limit. It felt like the world was coming together and being peaceful. We had Desert Storm and we had a couple small things, but we had finally made peace with Russia. We had done all this other stuff, like, we were making medical breakthroughs in the 90s for, like, then incurable diseases and all kinds of stuff. Like, it was what, Twitter jokes about, like,
it was very hopeful.
Yeah, it was a very hopeful society, and then, everything fell apart after 9/11. And the world became very bleak and dark, and we got to see that there were literally people around the world that hated us.
Yeah, you can see, like random videos online about either schools or people just randomly in a restaurant or something in the 90s or very early 2000s. People were so hopeful, and they acted almost like they did in the 80s. It was very similar. And then like the 2010s onward, when 2001 really started to hit with everybody, everything started to go really bad.
Well, part of the reason too, like, the world also became, like, so connected. Before, we were all isolated in the 80s and 90s. We had the internet, but it wasn't like what, it became. Like, not everybody was... It was kind of like a pen pal thing. And then once the internet took off, then everybody kind of saw how small the world was. Because, there was so many other people kind of like us, but it was different cultures, right?
Yeah, but I mean, some people always were connected to other cultures, but
a little bit, but not in a, like, grand society thing.
A lot of people weren't, because I remember in school, people always used to ask me about China, because my grandfather was there, and people didn't know anything about Asian cultures in my school at all. Like, they were just so confused when I would talk about stuff. In fact, when I would even talk about things my grandpa told me about living there, they would say, like, well, that's not possible. There's no way anyone would do that. Like, that's impossible.
Okay.
And I thought, wow, that's weird.
Patient interview 44. This is yet another interview with Edward Nygma. I've yet to make up my mind whether he's a genius or just deluded. Whichever one he is, just being in his company is both irritating and exhausting.
Hello, Miss Young. You look tired. Anything you need my help with?
No, thank you, Edward. I am here to help you. We all are.
Forgive my arrogance, Doctor, but if you think I need your help, well, you're in the right place.
Let's look at it a different way. Throughout your career, you have specialized in bizarre traps and convoluted clues that more often than not result in the death of the unfortunate participants.
And if the citizens of Gotham were smarter, my games would be merely an amusing diversion.
Instead of death traps.
You really should be thanking me. Weeding out the ignorant, the stupid, the useless. But don't worry, I survive. What a lovely photo on your desk, Doctor. Your family? Mother, perhaps.
Put that down. Get out. Go on.
See how Riddler's messing with her a little bit, but like the reason why I've never been able to do a very cohesive storyline for the Arkham games, because every character, every bio that you read here, in every game is different.
Oh, wow.
So while people make like these big grandiose YouTube videos and they combine the comics and they say this is all canon and fact and stuff, it's really not, because you can take elements of the Arkham story, but the bios and the like radio and all this other stuff that's happening in real time and things that you can collect, in the grand scheme of like the Arkham franchise, it doesn't matter, because this game was the beginning, but it was never made as the first game in a trilogy. It was made as a, hey, we love Batman, and we are literally going to throw in everything that was great about Batman for the past 80 years into this game, as well as there's going to be a lot of animated series Easter eggs. We're going to bring back the principal cast from the animated series. We're going to do this and that, and we're going to make the true Batman experience that's never been done before in any media. And they did that. And then the game did so well that they had to make a sequel, and they kept Paul Dini on, but like they went for a more grandiose thing, and it just kind of went from there.
I've got you trapped in a little metal box, hanging precariously over a deadly drop. What say I just blow the emergency brakes and drop you like a sack of puppies? Say good night, bats. Boom! Only kidding. Got a few more surprises in store for you. Prepare to face your fears. All of them!
And we got fear gas. Yes, I still believe Ben Affleck's Batman was inspired by the Arkham games. He even said it.
There is no Crane. They're all over me. Only Scarecrow.
Scarecrow.
Oh my gosh, jump scare. Oh my gosh. They're cutting each other.
I mean, he's got knives on his hands. Now, this version of Crane is very different than animated series Crane.
Yeah.
What are you really scared of? Failing to save this cesspool of a city? Not finding the commissioner in time? Me in a song?
What are you most afraid of?
Wow, disturbing.
Right, this was an adult game. But it wasn't an M-rated game. I still can't believe that Eidos and Rocksteady were the people responsible for this, and Eidos have done a lot of stuff with Square. So, I mean, the first Arkham game is different because it's like a couple studios that made it.
Interesting.
Like, the people behind Tomb Raider helped work on this game. People forget that.
Oh, wow.
And then Rocksteady, the reason why I was so impressed with Arkham City is they took everything that was great about this game and they made it by themselves. And they expanded on it. Like, Arkham City is fully Rocksteady. Like, only Rocksteady. By themselves. No Eidos, no Square, no anybody. It is them.
Yeah, and it's the pinnacle of the series.
And it's the pinnacle of the series because it shows what they could have done by themselves. This game was a combination of several ideas from like 2 or 3 different game developers.
Yeah.
Which, it worked, but sometimes this game, like, it has, I wouldn't say pacing issues, but the game transforms a little bit. It changes. Whereas Rocksteady's Arkham City game is constant. Like, you can tell it's the same game every time. Whereas this game, it goes full-blown, like, Resident Evil sometimes. Sometimes it gets into, like, you know, a side-scrolling beat-em-up game. It goes all over the place. It wears so many different hats, which is fine.
Yeah.
But, I mean, you can tell so many different developers worked on this game.
I guess they were trying to figure out what they were doing.
Well, I mean, the other Batman games that they used for reference, I mean, Dark Tomorrow, Batman Vengeance, Batman Rise of Sinzu, the, you know, classic 16-bit Batman games. Even the Batman Begins game was a big inspiration for this game. Like the 2005 Batman Begins game.
Yep, and you even said that when we were playing it, that without that game, we might have not ever had Arkham. It had a lot of the same
But this whole,
elements.
like, third-person perspective where Batman is bigger and his cape is, that's from Batman Vengeance. Like the 2001 Batman game. Like where Batman, you know, was in that third-person perspective and he could, like, sneak around and stuff like that. Because he couldn't really sneak around in the Bale game too much. Bale looked really weird doing the sneak around stuff.
Yeah. It had the crazy eyes.
Yeah. Today is Kevin's birthday.
I'm sorry, Jim.
November 30th? Oh, that's sad.
Yes.
Barbara. I'm sorry. I was too late.
I'm sorry. The number you've dialed isn't available. Please leave a message after the tone.
Barbara, are you there?
Please hang up your phone.
Yeah, he doesn't keep trying to talk to Barbara. He's like, no, I guess I can't reach her right now.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Your profile picture looks great, Captain Zach. Just changed his profile picture. And has been sharing the videos, and he changed it to Batman. Thank you, Captain Zach. Appreciate that so much.
But I mean, I love the Scarecrow aspect of this game. But I mean, literally, we're getting into like horror game territory now, like the Resident Evil, the Eternal Darkness type of stuff.
That's why it's kind of cool, though.
It is cool, but I mean, it does. This game changes on genres a lot.
I guess I kind of like
compared
that,
to Arkham
though,
City,
because you never know what to expect. It's kind of interesting.
Arkham City has the same consistent tone throughout. Like this game, I mean, this game feels like a true Batman experience, but in terms of a game, it changes quite a bit, which is fine. But you know, it's just something I always remember about Arkham Asylum.
Oh, this place is so creepy. Oh my gosh.
You have to keep turning around until stuff changes, I think.
Yeah, I think you're supposed to look in the window, like at the people's faces. Oh, that's right. You keep going through the doors, I think.
Yeah.
Thank you for the super chat, our cereal. Really appreciate that.
Thank you, our cereal.
Says today would have been Kevin Conroy's 67th birthday.
Yeah. This is Kevin playing his dad.
You should have stood up to him, son. Like a man.
You should have stopped the gunman as an 8-year-old boy. That makes sense.
But, I mean, maybe it would make sense to him.
No.
Mom?
Help us, Bruce. Don't let us die.
I don't know who actually voices the girl, though. I don't know who voiced his mom in this game. Because Catwoman isn't in this. Jump scare. And he stabs Batman again. So Batman's already been dosed with the fear toxin, but now Scarecrow stabbed him. Which you don't see, but it's implied.
Oh.
So now I'm even doped up on more Scarecrow stuff. See? Do you see how it changes?
Oh, yeah, so you have even more
I have
stuff
even
in
more, like, fear stuff inside me now, yeah.
And now they expect you to go over here and be in the crazy area.
I mean, I love this section. And this looks great on the Switch. This is fantastic. This really is. Alright, first Scarecrow level coming up.
This game was the first game I ever owned, says Richard Taylor. You guys are breathtaking. You're breathtaking, Richard. Thank you for the super chat. Dark Knight Ruble says, do you think that the Riddler-themed Batmobile would go well with Batman's skin since he was the main villain of the movie? Well, with the Batman skin.
No.
The Riddler themed. I don't know.
I would just use the Arkham Mobile for, because you're not going to get the Battinson Batmobile. I don't know why people are starting that rumor. I don't believe that's going to happen. Nintendo got you guys a new skin that, you know, they're graciously allowing on other platforms, probably around Christmas time. You're not going to get the Batmobile too, so I don't know why people are running with the idea, oh, you're going to get the Batmobile. It's like, no.
I think they mean like you add the Riddler theme, like Arkham thing that you already have.
I hate the Riddlers.
It's not a fan of the Riddler.
I would probably give Battinson the Arkham Mobile. Be the closest thing to what his car is.
Poor little bat, you're in my world now.
Scarecrow World, level 1. Should put Scarecrow on there. I might even put Scarecrow on the thumbnail. And who do we have on there? Joker now? Medical Man? No, I don't know what I'm gonna do. Just a little bit of slowdown here, but it's not too bad.
Oh, interesting. The actress from played Catwoman in BTAS was brought back for this game also. She actually voices the intercom system and Dr. Whistler in the game.
Dr. Whistler.
Interesting, Garrett.
She's Dr. Young?
I don't know.
No, she's not Dr.
I don't
So
know who Dr.
you're
Whistler
saying the animated series Catwoman is actually in this game?
That's what Garrett is saying.
Wow, I didn't know that.
So they brought back a lot of different people for this.
I thought the animated series alumni that they had in this game was just Batman, Harley Quinn, and Joker. I didn't know Catwoman was in this. I'll have to really pay attention to the different lady voices in this game because, I mean, I love animated series Catwoman. Her voice was amazing.
Yeah,
She was perfect as Catwoman.
All the females in the animated series sounded so good and very pretty.
I don't know who voices Poison Ivy. I don't know if she's if it's the Poison Ivy from the animated series or if it's somebody else. It sounds like animated series Poison Ivy, like the Poison Ivy in this. But I don't know if it is.
Dr. Whistler, she is the German doctor who interviews Killer Croc and Scarecrow in the tapes.
Oh, in the tapes. Okay.
So that's the voice of who voiced Catwoman.
Oops.
What are you doing, little bat?
You can't see me.
There's a different voice actors for Ivy's is cute.
Yeah. It kind of sounds like animated series Ivy, but it's not. Alright, let's go. Always when I play Arkham games, that's when the most police sirens and stuff
I don't know what's going on. I guess it's helping the atmosphere.
It does add to the atmosphere.
These are my favorite boss battles in the game. Being a massive fan of Scarecrow, it's a cool aspect, says Sonoma.
Prepare to face the light.
I mean, it is really cool. It's done really well. This Scarecrow.
Yep.
Well, you did that a lot faster than you took me.
Honey, I've played through these games so long.
Did you see me do the stream for Scarecrow? It took me like 2 hours to figure that out. It was hard.
Can you hear me? Bruce, what's going on?
Oracle, I'm okay.
What happened? I lost contact. Are you sure you're all right? Have you found my dad?
I'm fine. Had a little run-in with Scarecrow, slowed me down. I'll get back to you in a bit.
Right, so we're gonna do the Riddler thing that's here. There it is. I always thought that Ra's al Ghul's body was here, but I think I got it. I think his body appears in later in the game with the toe tag. But I don't remember. I don't think there's two Riddles in the same place. I could be wrong.
I don't know.
Like I said, this is all kind of muscle memory at this point. Like, I don't know if I'm getting everything correct. I'm doing the best I can, but I'm remembering things out of sequence. But I love the murkiness of this. Like, this is something, like, literally when we were here in the morgue on the Return to Arkham collection, it was so bright.
Yeah.
And this is perfect. You can see the, like, almost like moist, like watery stuff on the ground. You can see the dirt and the mold. You know, this looks like Gotham. You can see, you know, with the low lighting, you can see fog, and it feels like you're in Gotham City. Like a dirty, grungy Gotham, whereas everything before it just felt like kind of like, oh, it's just a typical like building. Like, you know. So they really outdid themselves. I have another upgrade available. Haha. Alright, so the next upgrade we're going to go with is... we're going to make ourselves stronger. Because I don't do the throws. I don't really care for the throw. Because the throw's not in Arkham City, so why do I care? It's not something I need to really worry about. Leaving the morgue.
Somebody said, did you scan the jar? I don't know what jar. Okay, I guess he did.
I'm just trying to remember where Raish is. I don't remember where Roz is. I think he's in another part of the game later.
I don't know.
It wasn't Gordon. Crane's gas must have affected me more than I thought.
It wasn't Gordon.
Are you lost, little bat? Having trouble figuring out what's real and what's just a figment of your twisted little mind? Same here.
Same here.
Just roll with it, bats. It gets easier once you get in. It really does.
So you have to use stun attack on these guys. Ow! I didn't even see myself get hit from behind there. Whoops. So they had a variation of the stun attack in this.
No more tricks. Just one last puzzle and you can have Gordon. And a little more. Oh, I can't wait.
Yeah. Okay, so we did the medical stuff. Now they want us to go up the stairs. I don't think there's anything over here. But I don't remember, so we're gonna explore anyway because we can. Haha.
Yeah.
Yay, exploring! Oh my gosh, what is going on outside? Probably won't let us leave yet. Oh, they will. I think that just goes back to the medical area. Alright, we're gonna leave. Follow the Joker teeth when in doubt. Because I'll come across... We're gonna get another ability soon, I believe. Whoops. Yeah, Joker teeth. Whoosh. Joker teeth is quick and easy experience.
Yeah, and I shared on Instagram today too.
You shared on our Instagram? I don't use our Instagram very much. I need to.
I just wrote that we were doing a Batman. I put the first thumbnail and I said we're doing a Batman marathon.
Your precious police commissioner is just through the glass. Take a look. Harley's under strict instructions to kill the old man if any of my guys even think you're in the room. They're patrolling down there. I've told them all you're on the way. So here's the deal. If you can find a way to get to Harley without anyone realizing, I'll give you your next present. Fail, and the old Carter dies. Hell, I may even give you Harley. It looks like you could use a new sidekick.
See, he's referencing... So, Tim Drake is not Robin in this yet.
Interesting.
There is no Robin currently.
You look like you could use a sidekick.
A new sidekick, because he killed Robin.
Oh.
Even in Arkham City, Paul Dini makes Joker mention that, you know, Jason's dead.
Wow.
Yeah. So this takes place after the, you know, after Jason is gone. But I mean, he was just borrowing from the darkest elements from Batman mythos when he was writing the story. So it's not like they wanted to make a game where Batman had already been Batman for much longer than what the games like Arkham Origins said. He'd only been Batman for like 8 years or something like that. They wanted Arkham Asylum. They wanted a game where Batman had been Batman for like a decade or more, because you know his methods, and he looks like he's a very skilled and confident, and you know nothing phases him in this game.
Joker's not
really.
He wants the old man kept safe.
You know.
From Batman. And
yeah.
Gets near him, it won't be me carrying the can.
No problem. Nothing's getting past me.
I know.
Veteran Batman. That's what they were doing. Older vet.
Just like how they were trying to do for...
Because that's the kind of Batman that Paul Dini liked writing about. There's an older Batman who's, you know, efficient, not lethal, but dangerous.
Just like Ben Affleck Batman.
Yep. Well, Ben Affleck, we know, was inspired by the Arkham games, because when he actually... It wasn't Zack Snyder that hired Joe Manganiello to play Deathstroke. It was Ben Affleck. And Ben Affleck and Joe met up, and Ben showed him... Because what he wanted was Deathstroke versus Batman, right?
Right.
So he showed him the awesome cinematic trailer for the Arkham Origins where Deathstroke and Batman fought.
Wow. That was an epic fight.
And I wouldn't say Ben was a huge fan of the Arkham games, but he took inspiration from Batman's ferocity from the Arkham games.
And the fact that he could just take out tons of guys with, like, just...
One punch?
Yeah. And stealth and all that.
Yep.
That was that one scene that just looked just like it was out of an Arkham game where he goes into
the warehouse?
Yeah, the warehouse scene was unbelievable.
Yep, the warehouse scene was basically Arkham. Yep. That's what everybody... When everybody talks about BVS, like their favorite scene, majority of the people say it's the warehouse theme.
I liked the BVS movie. I still think it was good.
Oh, God. We get killed.
I mean, with a limited budget...
Say goodnight, Commissioner.
Do your worst.
Oh my gosh.
Oh shoot, I messed up. What did I do wrong?
Like a violin and cut
I was
your
talking, I wasn't paying attention.
Oh, she was alerted. I'm sorry.
Harley was alerted to your presence and killed Gordon. Rescue Gordon without being... Ah, okay. I went too fast. That's what I did wrong.
Harley's got the old man up top. You see the bat or anyone else skulking around, he died.
Okay, so I was being all chatty and I messed up.
Anyone out there seen Batbrain yet? No? Not surprised. He's chicken. Mr. J has won again.
Mr. J has won again, she says.
Yeah, in this one, people are reminding us you cannot let any of the other henchmen see when you take one of them out.
You know, you really should color that hair of yours. All that gray makes you look so
Alright, I'll do the best I can.
So this is different than other games, so they can't even see you.
What?
Oh shoot.
Remember, that's...
Oh, dang it.
Yeah, so I guess this plays by different rules on Arkham City.
I'll get it, I'll
or
get it.
Or at least this area plays by different rules. Probably after this area Harley's watching, I guess.
I'll get it. It's just gonna take me a few attempts. So the guards are smarter in this. Okay.
For one of you to spot the bat freak when you Harley offs the old man. I've got a shiny prize for the one who sees him first.
Mr. J won't let anything happen to me, boys. He loves me too much to see me hurt. You guys, maybe not so much.
Ooh, that was close. That was very close.
Mr. J is so going to beat Batbrain. He doesn't stand a chance.
So guys, how do I do the Bane riddle thing? Because as soon as I go in that room, it's going to trigger that, it will trigger the cutscene.
Harley's got the old man up top. You see the bat or anyone else skulking around, he died.
There we go. There we go. It took a few tries, but I got it. Maybe I have to come back here later and scan it then.
No, not surprised. He's chicken. Mr. J has won again.
You can restart from checkpoints, but I don't need to. I won. Just have to go up and take Harley out now.
Luke was just paying attention to me. That's why he got distracted because I was talking.
You really should color that hair of yours. All that gray makes you look so old.
You'll be caught, Quinn. Caught and locked up.
Oh yeah, here's another thing about this game that's great. In Arkham Asylum, Jim Gordon looks really old. But in Arkham City, the game after this, he looks like 15 years younger. And then he looks younger again in Arkham Knight. Like,
yeah, his age keeps randomly going up and down.
This is the oldest he looks is in this game. And you could say, well, it's stress, but also, again, they weren't paying attention to continuity because they weren't trying to make a trilogy when they started writing the game.
Yeah.
Night, Harley.
You took longer than I thought.
He's out of control. He's trying to prove something. I'm not sure I can stop him this time.
Gordon found the Fountain of Youth after this game.
Yeah.
We're not alone.
Also, Batman looks
He's got
younger,
something
too.
else down there. I don't know what it is.
What a blabbermouth! Spoiling the surprise.
Be quiet.
Oh, am I getting to you? Am I? Good. You're going to love this next bit.
It wants Dr. Young's login.
Never mind that. Get behind me, now.
Bane. I thought he broke out of Blackgate.
Cut me down.
Who did this to you?
Dr. Young, the Bruja. She drained the venom from my blood. Must stop her.
Sorry, Has-Bane. The good doctor won't be a problem much longer. How do you like my puppet? What say we cut him down?
This is terrible. They're filming.
It's supposed to be.
It's horrible, but he's not even in control.
But basically, they did the same thing to Bane in Arkham Origins, too, is they turned him into a giant monster. Which this was supposed to be the first time it happened based on how much pain and agony Bane is in.
Yeah.
But the fact that they reused this whole thing in Arkham Origins just so aggravates me.
It feels like, to me...
Because the way that Bane... Like, he's literally been tortured by Joker and Dr. Young to turn into this monstrosity. That's how Dini wrote it. So the fact that Arkham Origins just copied off his homework, but didn't have that, like, that big reveal and that big, like, you know, literally, the man was being tortured.
Yeah, I was actually cringing. I couldn't even look at that. That was disturbing. And this is on the Switch. Just being filled with poison against your will and being forced and tied up like that would be horrifying to have that happen to you. Oh my gosh.
But people forget about that. It's like, Bane wouldn't be stupid enough to go through the same thing that almost killed him in Arkham Origins.
If he already knew what it did to him, why would he do this again?
Right, they even said it was a mixture. If you listen to it, like in the tapes and stuff like that, it says that Bane's stuff, Dr. Young created a formula that transformed him into this. Whereas in Arkham Origins, he is the one that creates the formula.
Yeah, that's odd because it's already. How could both origin stories of him be the same?
Exactly.
For the same person.
Right.
The same.
Right.
I think that's the main problem with
So
Arkham Origins.
it's a huge continuity. Exactly. That's the problem I have. I love the Arkham games, but the Arkham games are not consistent.
I really feel like, this is my personal opinion, maybe I'm wrong, but I feel like the people who made Arkham Origins, it's almost like they were just completely pretending Arkham Asylum never happened. Like, they just completely, like, were like, oh, this game has older graphics, we're just gonna pretend that this game happened.
But I mean, this Bane fight here, this is the same Bane fight as in Rise of Sinzu. Like, he charges at you, you throw the Batarang, hits the wall, and then you go up and you punch him over again.
We played it right.
So, what was great about the Arkham games is they were like a celebration of every Batman game, good or bad, that ever released. It had some elements of those games.
It had throwbacks to a lot.
Mhm.
It was like referencing them, almost like referencing them with love or something, like saying like, okay, explaining all the things in all the Batman games that made Batman great throughout the years, like the memorable things and all. If you were a Batman fan, you played several of their Batman games, you would know. It's like an Easter egg, tons of Easter eggs all over the place.
Right.
It's like the boss fights themselves are Easter eggs. That's kind of interesting. It's kind of like everything in the game was like, did you get the reference? Do you see what I did?
Right, did you get the reference there? Yeah, exactly. Oh, dude, Thug, come on.
This is horrifying. So many people being tortured in this place. Oh. And it's all under, like, government funding and completely fine, like, legitimate people doing this to people.
Probably gonna die again. I'm distracted.
Sorry.
You're fine. I'm a little rusty.
I think
Uh-oh!
I know
Whoa!
some people here were here when I played Bane, and I do it. Because he can pick those people up.
Oh, ouch! Yep,
he's
that
so
was
difficult to. He's so difficult to dodge because the other people are coming at you at the same time he's running at you. And yeah, that's right. You got it, Luke. You hit him with the battering, then he's confused.
Yeah, but the quick fire batarang's supposed to work.
It's not working.
It's not
fast.
working right now.
I just went so slow when you quick fired it. It didn't go. It just went. Whoa.
See, he just mentions breaking him again.
Yeah.
So I mean that. So in this universe, in the original Arkham universe that Paul Dini wrote for this game, Nightfall happened. Also, look at how old Batman. Ow! I hate how it does that. So it switched me back to my regular gadget. Look at how old Batman is. Like, you can tell that this is a veteran Batman, but then both Commissioner Gordon and Bruce de-age like 10, 15 years by the time of Arkham City, which is supposed to take place just a year or 6 months after this game.
Well, may I say, though, I'm glad they kept Arkham Asylum as it was. I'm glad they didn't de-age his face later like they did with
Return to Arkham, it looks like in Return to Arkham they did de-age the characters a little bit.
Interesting.
To try to make like a consistency.
I like seeing it as we remember it, even if they changed it.
But this was supposed to be like, hey, did you grow up with Batman the Animated Series and stuff like that? Well, this is kind of like your Batman, except he's much older, he's more violent, he's smarter, and his villains are more deadly.
This is how Batman would be in real life, IRL.
Kind of. Yeah. Okay, so I can't hurt him yet. But it's hard to aim the Batarang when I have to deal with all these guys, because quickfire's not working.
Frustrating. I always just try to jump away from them and get to the side and then hit him. I don't know. It's just so hard.
And in later games, when enemies grab obstacles, like big things, you can actually throw them.
Yeah. I don't think I could play this on the Switch because it looks like it slows down more than the PS4 or PS5.
Well, you played the Return to Arkham version.
Yeah, I played it on the PS5, so mine was really fast.
Yeah, of course it was faster. This plays like the PS3 version. The PS3 game slowed down. It got all dramatic every once in a while. They did that on purpose, though. It was a hardware limitation. Whereas when you played it on Return to Arkham is kind of... I don't know if it's 60 frames per second or not. I don't really follow that kind of stuff. I think it was, but maybe it was only 30 frames per second for Return to Arkham. But Return to Arkham, the game runs faster. I don't know if it's on an Unreal Engine or not. Again, I don't really know those, like, specific, whatever it is, things.
Right.
Fancy gamer, or not gamer, fancy developer things that I'm, you know.
Right.
I've never really been one to talk about like spec jargon and all this other stuff. So I mean, it's never really crossed my mind about certain stuff. You know, I notice sometimes a game gets slower and stuff like that, but all the intricate like technical terms I don't know, nor do I care to learn.
Right.
I can remember retro ones because they were just called pixels and sprites and, you know, 16-bit, 32, things like that. But In the age of 3D gaming with like Unreal engines and all this other stuff, it's like, yeah. Nightfall line coming up. He just climbs out. It's like,
oh, I'm having a rough night.
Batman, you okay?
I'm fine, Jim. Where's Quinn?
Gone. Must have gotten loose while Bane was throwing you around.
We need to get you off the island.
I'm not a rookie. I can handle myself.
Wow. Right then, in the middle of dialogue.
Yep.
Perfect timing.
I will break you, Batman! Then the Bruja!
No, Bane. This time I
See?
you.
Yes.
That is a reference. He's referencing Nightfall.
Yeah,
Nightfall never happened in the Arkham games.
Because he says this time.
This time I break you.
Implying
Yep.
there was another time
Mm-hmm.
in which someone was broken.
But as far as we know, in the Arkham canon, Nightfall never happened until the Nightfall Protocol.
Jim, get back to the mainland. It's too dangerous here.
I don't like leaving you here.
3%.
Radio claims he's planted bombs all over
I pay
Gotham.
attention.
Gotham will panic. You're needed there.
We're ready to go now, sir.
Bane called Dr. Young Bruja. What does it mean?
It's Spanish for witch.
So he knows right there. He knows something's wrong with her.
Yeah.
He said it's Spanish for witch, so he knows she's not a good
Oracle,
person.
Go through the city's computers. Pull up all you can find on Dr. Young. I'll go through anything you find once I get to the cave.
A bat cave on Arkham Island?
I built it years ago. It's best to plan ahead for situations like this.
How'd you manage to keep this a secret?
It's me, remember?
So do you think Dr. Young's been experimenting with venom? The same chemical that turns Bane into that animal?
Yes, I'm worried. Bane seemed even more powerful than usual. Joker wants the venom, and that can only be trouble.
I'm heading to Dead Man's Point in Arkham North. I'll contact you once I'm in the Batcave.
Wait, I just realized Dr. Young might not be Spanish just because Bane is Spanish.
Yeah, Bane is Spanish.
That's why he calls her Bruja, because it's his name to explain what she is. If he called her witch in English to her face, then she would probably torture him more. He probably called her Bruja to her face.
But
she
this
probably
is-
didn't know what it
yeah,
meant.
this is the one thing that I remember about, especially like, because people always, they got in my case, they're like, why don't you like Arkham Origins? It's like, there's so many aspects of it that just bother me, because they took like the really dramatic moment where Bane was tortured
Yeah.
to become Bane, for the first time being like injected with all these chemicals, you know,
it was
and also his
horrifying.
crusade in the second game to get, you know, all this stuff off the streets. You know, that was all Dini's continued writing. So then they lazily went back and they made the origin of his transformation in Arkham Origins when that never happened before.
Yeah.
Also, they reference Nightfall, which Nightfall, as far as we know, even going all the way to Arkham Knight and Arkham City bios, it never mentions that Batman ever was missing in action. And there was never a replacement Batman.
It changes why you were doing it. Were you getting everything off the streets because Dr. Young was doing these torture things?
Mhm.
Or were you doing it because Bane just wanted to do it to himself?
Yep.
But that's two different origin stories of the same thing, yeah.
Yep. So anyway, guys, we're going to continue at 6:15, 6:30 with your next episode, where we'll be going to the Batcave and getting some new equipment and things like that, and then the next part. So I'm probably going to change the thumbnails around a little bit, because it's going to be about the Batcave. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Thank you so much for hanging out. Thank you for the super chats, and we'll see you on the third episode as our Arkham Marathon continues. Next, you guys will be redirected to where to go next. And thank you guys so much for watching. Till we meet again, God bless and happy gaming. See you in a few with your next episode of Arkham Asylum on Nintendo Switch for the first time ever, as early access continues.
See ya!